I thought things would slow down as I got older. You get done with retirement, well, sort of. You've done your downsizing, you're living in a smaller space, life is a lot more simple, there are a few less obligations, maybe your folks have passed away. So many things you've been through in your 60s in the space of retiring, or at least cutting back. You don't expect to recalibrate. But here I am, having to teach myself all over again to slow down. This is my story, a personal story for the moment, but don't worry, I'm sure I'll have some general observations about recharging after you've done all the retirement tasks. But now, as it happens, last week, this week, and what I think about it. Let me get going. You all know my pal Brecky, right? Today I'm humoring him a little and letting him look out the window while I'm filming this. Poor guy, he hasn't had that much attention lately, so I'm giving him a little break by not blocking his view. Onward. Knowing me, I'll get going telling my tale and I'll forget to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me, it really helps my channel if you can do that. And if you hit that bell too, you'll know when the follow-up stories are coming along, because for sure there are going to be follow-up stories to this one. Because this one came at me from out of the blue. My feel about life just a couple of weeks ago. Oh, I'm driving along, enjoying the scenic vista, empty space in front of me. The hard pieces of the 60s disappearing behind me in the rear view mirror. It felt so easy, cruising. I'm looking at the landscape, enjoying the view, and moving right along. Oh yeah, there was a stop sign every once in a while. But I cruised on, barely noticing. And maybe there was a stop sign and another one and another one. I just happened through it. And then one day, totally unexpected blizzard. Next thing I know, I'm in a completely unfamiliar landscape. And it's scary. I need to pull over. And before I even have a chance, well, that's all metaphorical, and clearly I'm here. But I'm still dusting myself off, trying to figure out where I am. I've done some of that in the last week. It seems as though some of you've noticed I've been away for a bit. It's been just a few days, but it feels like months to me. At any rate, I've dusted myself off a bit, and I've reconnected with what my needs are right now, instead of just zooming along. Here's what I had going, and as I listed it, I was kind of aghast, to tell you the truth. And I think you'll see my point. This was like all too much. It was all too much for anyone, let alone a 72-year-old who just wanted her life to cruise along, thank you very much. So what did my 70s look like until I bonked last week? Yeah, that's what happened. I bonked, and all I wanted to do was stare at the walls. I mean, I didn't even feel like passively watching live streams. I couldn't read a book. I couldn't do anything focused. I couldn't even take a walk. I didn't want to drive anywhere. Shopping was not it, even to buy some wonderful vegetables at the farm stand. I just wanted to sit here and gaze. Yep, I just came to a grinding halt. Here's what my life looked like. And I realized after you get through all of those tasks you've done around retirement age, however you look at it, few less hours or completely, removed obligations, taken care of aging and dying parents. You've been through all that. It gets easier after that, yes, well, somewhat. But I was still doing way too much. And what I found, I kept doing more. This is what it was looking like. You can all see out my window, yes, it's full-fledged summer here. Finally. Yeah, we had a week or so of spring, that was 2 weeks ago, and now we have full-fledged summer. And vegetation loves this weather. Some sunny days, lots of rain, sunny days, lots of rain. I have this feeling that I can't keep up. Summer has a way of doing that to me anyway. But this year, it seemed particularly imposing. And then I hadn't even had a chance to fill my pots with dirt and put out the flowers that I love having in the summer at my front entrance. I had to go to the nursery and get some of those. I had to find the dirt. And then I had to have time to pot them. I wasn't able to find the time to achieve even that little pleasure. And then we had a really bad thunderstorm. Really bad thunderstorm. I don't think I've ever seen a storm like that here. It wasn't just the thunder and lightning. It was a torrential rain, a Noachian flood. It gouged my driveway. Next thing I know, there's driveway gravel in all the runoff spots to the catch basins. And oh, I just had those repaired. And here I was going to have to start over again, because if I don't, in my experience, runoff causes all kinds of erosion on the quarry edge where my house sits. I'm sure you've experienced this too, but to my mind, yard work has this never-ending kind of feel to it. There's nothing you can do to put a stop to all this luscious growth that a bountiful nature produces, but it's a drag sometimes and requires a lot of work, and not my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I've got poison ivy. I have weeds nipping at the foundations of my house. I gotta take care of those. I have to mow and mow and mow. It never stops. I need to get out my weed whacker. So much seems to need to happen. I guess that's summer for you. But it began to feel like a little bit too much. Actually, not a little bit, a lot too much. And then the one piece of relief, I tend to eat very well. Many of you may have seen my video on the Mind Diet. I've been following that for about a year or so. But eating that well takes being able to buy good food. So I'd go shopping once a week, twice a week, something like that, and get really fresh things. But now I have a new concern. I go to the grocery store and there's no chicken of any description, and hardly any meat. What's with that? Distribution, they say. No cottage cheese today. Cream, not that either. Bananas, empty shelf. Hummus, our delivery isn't here yet. It's exasperating. I've never seen our grocery stores like this. And what does it mean for me? I have to get in the car, I have to go across town to the same grocery store company in a wealthy neighborhood. They don't have distribution problems there. I can get anything I want if I go over there. But it's a hassle, yeah? It takes a whole afternoon by the time I've gone through all the traffic and muddled around in their tight parking lot. But they do have nice food. I tend to get distracted there as well, which adds to the problem here. And sure, I can fill up my grocery cart with everything I need. I mean, everything. But it takes me out of my usual. And distribution problems at my grocery store, this wasn't something I anticipated with my summer. I have a feeling you've all felt this too, and have been quite shocked at what's not available all of a sudden. Life, I guess, but it's a nuisance, yeah. And I suppose I should be happy for small blessings. I can still drive. That at least, and my car runs. I know I'm ranting, but I'm sure you've seen this too. The net effect of all of that, I was getting super tired. And I had that concussion. That makes me tired too. My brain is working fine, but I'm tired a lot. Blame Brecky for that. Y'all, that's not even the half of it. What I haven't mentioned this whole time, I work. As in a job. I have a seasonal job handling 2 little gift stores. It's a perfect micro-retirement job. A few hours a couple of times a week. And the work is easy. I do the receiving and the merchandising and the saying hello to everyone. I don't do any sales. And it's kind of fun. That doesn't mean there's no pressure. The season just began, and at the beginning of the season, there's plenty of pressure to get things done, to make it all look nice. So that's been in my life for the last few weeks now. To top that off, of course, I've been making videos. And making videos using a camera in any kind of way is totally new to me. This channel is only 4 months old, and it's a lot of work. It's been wonderful in that I have a sense of creativity that I haven't had for years. That's been an incredible pleasure. But there's a lot of to-dos that go along with that. Hours of tedious work, and this is and that's is. And crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and absorbing how to do things a little bit differently every single video. It's been a lot. Whew. It took me all that time to talk about it. Now I understand as I'm listing all of that, and I'm sure you're getting that idea too. That's a whole lot. That's like way too much. Some of it is very satisfying. Some of it is a nuisance. And some of it, like when the only beef at the grocery store is $25 a pound, trust me, it's happened. That kind of thing is a big worry on top of my list of to-dos. So I came to last week and I came to a screeching halt. It's like zooming up to a stop sign. I zoomed up to that stop sign and I didn't want to go any further. So I didn't. That feels like months ago now. It was last week. And I figured out I need to recalibrate. I can't be doing this many things and having so many anxieties. I can't live like this. I'm 72 and I've got to just stop a moment and recalibrate. But the thing is, I didn't plan on doing that. I didn't expect to do that. As I mentioned, you do all the retirement-related tasks, the things that everyone does in their mid-60s, or most people. Cutting back hours, downsizing, dealing with dying parents, emptying storage units, simplifying, moving into a smaller space, paring down obligations. And there I was, some years up the road from having done all of that, and it was time to resituate myself. I'd moved somehow into a new phase of life, and I had to pay attention to figure out what I need to go forward. Have you ever had to hit the brakes like that? Cruising along, space in front of you, you're enjoying the sights, and has anyone else had this happen to them 7 or so years after 65? I think we should talk about that because I don't think anyone does. People talk about cutting back as they get older. They don't talk about having a life reset, but maybe they should. So let's. Have at it with your experiences and opinions in the comments. I'll bet there are many of you out there who understand what I'm talking about. That there's a moment when you have to stop, shake all the crud off. So yeah, I crashed. I'm dusting myself off and I've started my reset. Watch my follow-up videos to this one so you can see what I did. And a like if you appreciated what I have to say today. That's nice for me too. And that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll talk soon, all right? See you then.